Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to make Snickerdoodles, which can also double as sugar cookies. So first, in the mixer bowl, we have 1 pound of butter. We're going to turn that on to cream the butter. And we are going to add 3 cups of sugar. Cream the butter and sugar together. And about a teaspoon of vanilla. And we will let that cream together. And now that our butter and sugar and vanilla are creamed together, we are going to add 2 eggs, which I have pre-mixed, and let that fully come together. We see it looks good and it's come together, so we are going to turn off the mixer and lower the bowl. We are just going to scrape down the bowl of the mixer as well as the paddle. That way all of our ingredients get combined, and you want to make sure that you get the bottom. And then before we turn it back on, we are going to add our dry ingredients, which are 5 cups of flour, and then 4 teaspoons of cream of tartar, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of salt. And we will raise the bowl back up and turn it on to mix. And now with the cookie dough, you mix it until it's just come together. You don't want to over mix it because you don't want them to dry out and get cracked. They will tend to bake as a stiffer cookie if you mix it too far. So see, it's starting to come together here. Once it's mostly come together, I usually turn the mixer up. And there we see we have a fully formed cookie dough. And now this is good for Snickerdoodles or for sugar cookies. It works for either one, whether you put cinnamon and sugar on top for the Snickerdoodles or just a little bit of sugar on top for the sugar cookies. It works great either way, and they're both delicious. Alright, so we're just going to scoop out our Snickerdoodles and sugar cookies. I am using a number 40 scoop, which is also a 7/8 of an ounce scoop. For those of you that have the availability to this is really just an ice cream scoop. You can use a larger one, which I know you can get at Walmart, Target, any place like that. If you would like a larger cookie, I'm just making small cookies today, so we'll get those scooped out. Now for the Snickerdoodles, I know some people like more cinnamon on them and some people like less. So I have some pre-mixed cinnamon and sugar with the specifications that I like. So we're just going to squish these cookies a little bit. You want to flatten them down just enough so that they don't end up too thick right out of the oven after they're done baking. And it also won't take quite as long to bake if you squish them down. I generally use my fingers because it makes a cool pattern with the cinnamon sugar after they're out of the oven. So you just take your cinnamon sugar and put just a little bit on top of each cookie. Alright, next we have the sugar cookies, which again we are going to squish them down in the same way because they are essentially the same base cookie. And then you just want to have a little bit of regular granulated white sugar in a dish. We're going to not drop it right on top of all the cookies, but you're going to take just a little bit and sprinkle it on each cookie, or you can roll the cookie in the sugar if you want. I'm not a huge fan of the sugar on the bottom of my sugar cookies, so we just sprinkle it. Just enough to give it a little extra sugar. Then we will take this and get it right in the oven for about 6 minutes or so. Just enough for it to bake. Again, every oven bakes a little bit differently. So you want to make sure that you watch your cookies and judge from there about how long you actually want to cook it to your desired doneness. Some people like a very cooked cookie, while other people like a soft, squishy, doughy cookie in the center. So you'll bake those to your desired doneness. Right, and here we have our finished Snickerdoodles. They look very delicious, beautiful and round and cinnamony.